I don't know what to write. I don't know how to fix this.
Hi everyone, I am CMB Writer, here to document my journey as I work on my debut novel, which is a YA fantasy drama, which I have lovingly given the pen name of Wings to. Pen name, working title. You get the gist. It's not the real title, it's what I'm calling it while I work on it. Last I was here with you guys, I had finished the first draft. Now, as you might have noticed, that was in June, a long time ago. It is currently October. What have I been doing? Lots of stuff. Not a lot of it was any of anyone's business, but I have been working on editing. Now, one thing I have tried to do is to let the manuscript rest for a bit. So admittedly, that was a big chunk of why I took such a long break, was because I wanted the draft to rest. Well, it has rested long enough. Now I want to get back to work, and I have started editing. Now, admittedly, I have less experience editing than I do with drafting, because drafting, you just kind of write, and you know, it has its own struggles, as I'm sure you all saw from my earlier vlogs, but editing is a beast in of itself, where a lot of it is, I feel like I don't know what I'm doing, or I'll notice a problem, I'm like, how do I fix this? Like, oh my gosh. So currently, just to let you guys know where I'm at, I finished editing chapter 20, which is a good, decent size into it. And you know what? I am happy that I've been smiling and laughing a lot more in this book than I thought I would be, because I know it is a lot darker than previous renditions of it have been. But the fact that I'm still smiling and feeling like all the wholesome vibes is perfect. So that is wonderful. My biggest nagging problem, I think, so far though, is this sense that the chapters are too short. I need to do more thinking about it, because one thing I have noticed is the chapters that are shorter are the newer chapters that didn't exist in the previous rendition, while the chapters that are longer tend to be chapters that carried over from the previous version of it. So I don't know if it's necessarily just I need to add more meat to those bones, so to speak, or whether I just need to accept that, like, the way I write now is different than past me, and I write shorter chapters now. I don't know. It's something that's bothering me, and I'm kind of just like, okay, well, I gotta finish editing through. Oh, I just realized I need to explain what my editing process is currently. So currently, like I said, I let it rest, and then I read through it as a reader, which is where I did a lot of the whole smiling, oh my gosh, this is a wholesome moments. And now what I'm currently going is I'm rereading through it again, but this time as a writer, leaving notes. So I'm using Scrivener, and Scrivener has the option to leave comments, which is nice. I did not know that because I'm still really new to Scrivener itself, but it does do that, so that was nice to figure out. And I've been going through the chapters and leaving comments when I notice things, and I am noticing some things, which is great, but also a little stressy. So, like I said, that is kind of currently where I'm at. I am currently working. I'm no longer in school, but I do have like other things I'm trying to learn as I'm like figuring out life and all that jazz. So it's a new adjustment to like how my routine of writing is going to fit in. I think I've got a routine, but it's still something I need to settle into, if that makes sense. So that's where we're currently at. One fun thing I've decided I'm going to start sharing for the editing vlogs, just to spice things up a little, is I'm going to be sharing my favorite line that I found from my last batch of editing. So this time around, let's get to it. It is from a line of dialogue. I'm not sharing any context. I'm not going to even share the character. I just think it's a funny line. So, It's not the quality of the stick at fault, just my poor behavior. That was my favorite line from the last editing batch, because I read that and I just burst out laughing because I was like, oh my gosh. Whether or not that's funny out of context, I don't know, but I have guaranteed that within context it is quite funny. That's all for this week. I'm gonna try and go back to the weekly vlogs. No promises. This might end up being a bi-weekly thing. We shall see. But I'm gonna strive for weekly. Please subscribe and comment if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day. God bless.